Okay, I'm doing a bit of tiling. Now, you tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't do enough tiling to know if I'm good at it or not, but the tiling that I have done has held up pretty good. So what I got is a bucket of Unibond adhesive and grout. And I got this tiling, I call it a float. And I got my forever present small troweling tool. And I'm just taking this thing and forcing the stuff where I want it to go. I'll get a bunch of it in there, and then I'll do some left and right. Let's see if I can just go right out of the tin with it. Just get it on the edge here. And I don't think I'll try and get the very top. I think I'll leave that top row unless it goes in there by accident. Yeah, it's going in there by accident. So I think that's it, man. Just force it in there. I'm working on the up and down joints mainly at the moment. Trying to get it in those ones. And you got to keep putting material on or you're just pushing stuff around. So I'll keep working on how was I doing that one? Sideways. And then comes the hard part, waiting just the right amount of time to wipe the stuff off. And I guess what I'll do is I want to make sure I have enough to get the whole thing. It's going to be close, maybe. To window rub it down. And then the required finish, the required grout on the finish. If it's flush, if it's inset or whatever. But just definitely this tool makes it, the last time I did this, I think I used a sponge or something and it was horribly messy, and this, I'm quite happy this is going right where I want it to. It's got the pressure, it's a sponge, and I guess it's made for doing this. I've got a bigger one here, if I wanted to do that, but I think that's for big stuff, or if you don't have a small one. So I'm just trying. I think I'll just work to that line now, make sure that line is all the way down to there. And if I can go back and pick some up off the surface, just grab a little bit of it, spread it out, it'll be that much less to wipe off in a little while. Now, I guess I should do, I've heard people say go do diagonally too. Do a little bit of diagonal pushing. And then you, what are we gonna do with this edge, huh? Am I just gonna make a little finger joint? Fingertip design. So, still on track there. It's the 4th of July. Hardly even noticed it. Haven't even been looking forward to it. I should be celebrating my country's Independence Day. Somehow. I'll have another extra Diet Coke. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go all out. Get a big bottle. OD on Diet Coca-Cola. We're having lasagna from Marks and Spencer's. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to get, they have a Marks and Spencer's, a food store and a clothing store, in case you didn't know. and they're usually fairly expensive. But lately it seems like they've got what they call a food hall, a dedicated food hall, and the prices are good, the variety's good, the quality's excellent. I had one of their Maris Piper potatoes last night, and when I took it out of the bag, I'd never seen such a pretty potato. Not that I'm judging it by looks, but boy, did it turn out perfect. I microwaved it for about 5 minutes and then put it in the oven, and it actually fell out of the oven, not out of the oven, but off the tray, and was sitting on the floor of the oven, and it kind of burned it just a little bit, not actually burned it, just browned it off real good. And I thought, man, that's good stuff, nice and crispy, without overdoing it, and the inside was perfect, just perfect. And so I smothered it with a bunch of butter and cream fresh. That looks pretty close to being job done here on the filling part. Now, what am I gonna take my finger and, oh no, I've got this special t-shirt. I've been saving it for something. The material's good for putting on this filler, so I saved it for a good reason. I'm not going to make a big V. I'm just going to try and hide the edge where it meets the wall, and the tape will help mark a nice finished line. Got some right there in that corner I need to get in there. Now, I could take one of my little painting tools, and I can just, where'd it go? Right there. Just dab that sucker right in there. And there's another one. A little more down on the bottom. See, I don't really want to fill that gap in there with grout between the wall and the tiles. I'll get it semi-finished, but I'm going to leave enough room for silicone sealing, so it's got that flex built in there. Plus it's little kids running around, and I've grip filled this sink to the wall with a couple of big lag bolts, and then I set it on a little batten just to keep it in the, take some of the weight off the wall plugs, and then grip filled it at the end. Now I think maybe it's when I gotta decide to leave it alone or it'll go home. Oh, we gotta keep doing the edge. Keep doing the edge over here. Take a little bit of this. It supports the edge of the grout on the tiles. Keeps these little pieces from cracking on the end if it's grouted down. We'll see what happens. Certainly going to be better than leaving it rough. I was thinking of some sort of edging or something and asked her if she wanted a pattern or anything in there, but she just wanted simple, not complicated. Okay, I think now, what do I do now? I'll try and wipe some of that off. Before it sets. I think that's what I'm going to do. Washing it. Now get a really nice dry towel, dryish. Bring it up really, really tight. Let's see if I can just lift it. See, now if I take it that way, now I do that corner. That corner. And I'm back in. I got 4 pieces. One, 2, 3. Up this side. And that's as good as it needs to be for a little while. Let's take my finger and get those joints going in the right direction. I'm using my middle finger. Could use my small finger. Yeah, so I'll do a little bit of finger finishing it here for a while. A little bit more of that, make it look nice. And then I want to leave it alone for a little while. It's endless. You do one way, and then it goes the other way. It's gonna look nice though, simple, not overpowering the little, it's just a little bathroom. I don't know if I loosen things up. The next thing I just finished this top on this, had to put the screws in and I got to sand that down. And then another coat of satin wood on there. We'll just back out a little bit. And the chrome stuff turned out pretty good here on this one. And I used this cling film over there to cover that up because I didn't want to drop any of that on thing, and I used cling film on the sink also to keep the grout from getting on there. Quite happy with that. Happy with this tripod the way it's working too. So that's it for now. Talk to you later.